Have you ever tried flirting with someone and instantly regretted it? That awkward silence, the forced smile, that subtle shift in body language that screams, "Please stop." We've all been there. But what if I told you that flirting, real flirting, isn't about cheesy pickup lines, forced compliments, or trying to be someone you're not? In fact, the secret to flirting without being cringe lies in psychology, emotional intelligence, and authenticity. And today, you're going to learn how to master it like a pro. Stick around, because later in this video, I'm going to break down a little-known but powerful behavioral trick backed by neuroscience that makes you instantly more attractive. And it has nothing to do with looks or money. But first, let's clear the biggest misconception. Flirting is not about impressing someone, it's about creating a connection. And here's the wild part. Most people think being bold or overly confident is the key, but research from the University of Kansas shows that subtle, sincere gestures are actually more effective at sparking romantic interest than overt, performative ones. So why do so many people end up coming off as cringy or awkward? Because they're performing at the person rather than interacting with them. Let's break that down through a quick story. Imagine this. You walk into a coffee shop. You see someone who catches your eye. Now, most people panic internally and either freeze or blurt something out that feels unnatural. But now picture this. What if you walked in, ordered your coffee, stood next to them at the bar, made brief eye contact, smiled, and said something completely context-aware like, "Is it just me or does this place always have a line even on weekdays?" Simple, human, real. That right there, that's flirting. Not pickup artistry, not manipulation, just being present and grounded in the moment. One of the biggest reasons people come off as cringy is because they try too hard to create attraction instead of allowing it to unfold. And science backs this. According to research published in the Journal of Nonverbal Behavior, people who are perceived as attractive are often simply those who express genuine interest and comfort in their own skin. So tip number one, presence, performance. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Flirting is 80% nonverbal. It's your body language, your eye contact, your tone of voice, and micro expressions. When you lean slightly in, when your pupils dilate, when your smile is subtle but warm, that's your body doing the flirting for you. In fact, a study from Stanford found that subtle mirroring, the unconscious act of mimicking someone's gestures, tone, or posture, creates a deep sense of rapport and trust. It literally signals to the other person's brain that we are on the same wavelength. And here's the cliffhanger I promised. There's a specific type of eye contact known as the triangle gaze that has been scientifically proven to increase emotional intimacy within seconds. I'll tell you exactly how to use that in a minute. But first, let's talk about the emotional framework that makes flirting work. Emotional calibration is the ability to read a room, assess someone's vibe, and then respond accordingly. It's not about having one flirt mode that you apply to everyone. It's about adapting. Think of it like jazz, not a rehearsed dance. When someone seems quiet or reserved, high-energy teasing may come off as obnoxious. But with someone playful and expressive, a little witty banter might ignite instant chemistry. Emotional intelligence researcher Daniel Goleman emphasizes this. The ability to read emotional cues in real time is a defining trait of people with high social success. So how do you build that? Practice situational awareness. Ask yourself, what's their body language saying? Are they leaning in or pulling away? Are their feet pointed toward you or the exit? These tiny cues give you live feedback on whether to proceed or pivot. And now let's get to that triangle gaze I mentioned. It's simple. When speaking to someone you're attracted to, let your eyes move naturally between their left eye, right eye, and mouth, creating a subtle triangle. This gaze increases oxytocin, the bonding hormone, and subtly signals romantic interest without saying a word. But don't overdo it. Too much eye contact can backfire and feel intense or even creepy. Aim for about 60–70% eye contact during a conversation, and let your eyes occasionally drift, then return. This shows comfort, not pressure. And here's something that'll really surprise you. One of the most attractive traits you can show while flirting isn't humor or looks. It's vulnerability. Yes, being just a little open, just a little real, makes you stand out instantly. Why? Because most people put on a mask when they're attracted to someone. They try to be cooler, smarter, funnier. But when you say something like, "I'm honestly a little nervous," but I figured I'd regret not saying hi. You disarm the entire situation. That's not cringe. That's confident honesty. Neuroscience shows that vulnerability activates mirror neurons and creates empathy faster than any line ever could. Let's also bust a big myth. You don't have to be interesting. You have to be interested. People light up when they feel seen. Instead of trying to entertain, ask thoughtful, emotionally engaging questions. Not what do you do, but what's something you're working on right now that you're excited about. That's flirting disguised as curiosity, and it works. Now let's dive into advanced flirting dynamics, the push-pull technique. Used correctly, it creates playful tension and builds desire. Misused, it feels manipulative. The key is balance, compliment with a twist. For example, you have a great sense of style. Are you always this coordinated, or is this a special occasion? It's teasing but lighthearted. Or try gentle contrasts. You seem really calm. Either you meditate a lot or you're secretly plotting world domination. It sparks intrigue. But again, calibration is crucial. If they're not reciprocating the playfulness, back off and reset to sincerity. One more high-level tactic: storytelling. Share short, emotionally vivid stories that reveal personality. Instead of bragging, show your character through moments. Last weekend, I got completely lost hiking and ended up in this random village where an old man invited me in for tea. It was the most unexpected afternoon ever. That's engaging. That's flirting. And here's why it works. When you tell stories, people don't just hear your words. They feel your world. They imagine themselves in it. That's how emotional connection is built. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Fear of rejection. This is what turns most people into either awkward robots or overcompensating clowns. But here's a reframe that changes the game. Rejection is not a reflection of your worth. It's a filter. Your job isn't to be liked by everyone. It's to show up as yourself and see who resonates. When you internalize that, flirting becomes a game of curiosity, not validation. You stop trying to impress and you start exploring. That shift alone removes 90% of the cringe factor. And finally, let's talk about energy. People don't remember exactly what you said. They remember how you made them feel. So before you flirt, check your internal state. Are you grounded? Are you in a space of self-acceptance? Because if not, that insecurity will seep through your words no matter how smooth your lines are. Do something that makes you feel confident beforehand. Listen to music, breathe, move. Then walk into the interaction with the mindset of, I'm already enough. I'm just here to connect. That alone elevates your vibe and makes your flirting land authentically. So to recap, ditch the scripts, master your presence, read emotional cues, use body language intelligently, flirt through curiosity, embrace vulnerability, and lead with energy, not ego. That's how you flirt without being cringe. And if you stay till the end, here's your bonus insight. Researchers at MIT found that mirroring someone's speaking pace, not just their words, creates an unconscious sense of comfort and trust. So next time you're talking to someone and you notice their rhythm, match it subtly, not perfectly, just enough to harmonize. It's like dancing without moving. That's next level connection. So now I want to hear from you. What's the most awkward flirting moment you've had? And what did you learn from it? Drop it in the comments because we all have stories, and learning from each other is where real growth happens. And if this helped you even 1%, hit that like button, subscribe for more emotionally intelligent content, and remember, flirting isn't about being someone else. It's about being fully you, but with a spark.